Stephen, very simply, how good is it to be back to the proper stuff this weekend?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think you can play as many friendlies as you want and play as many bounce games or training sessions, but you can't replicate a proper game. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Ideally, I would like to have a couple of more players in, but I'm comfortable with what I've got, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to the game.
And you mentioned you'd like to have maybe a couple more players in just now. I mean, where are you at? I know I asked you this a couple of weeks ago. Where are you at in terms of bringing anyone in?
I'm very close to one, so hopefully that'll be done soon. And then other things are happening. Maybe missed out on one just yesterday. Chose to go somewhere else, I think. So yeah, things are starting to move. You can see that targets that we had that were maybe I know are coming back around and stuff. So yeah, it's getting there. Again, we still want that quality instead of quantity. I think our young boys done very well against these five, and they've shown that they've got about themselves. So that's promising, but they're still probably not quite there. But we'll push them on as well. But we need to add a bit of quality to the squad.
And I mean, this is obviously your first summer as a manager. I mean, how much getting used to all the people changing their minds and people that you think you've signed going somewhere else, and as you say, people changing their minds and coming back to you. Yeah. I mean, that must take a bit of getting used to.
It does. I think when you get a straight no, or you get, oh, we'll maybe come back to you, it's getting that sort of balance. It's probably being patient as well, learning how to be patient, and things do come back around, and players maybe do think they'll get better, or they're always, everybody's looking for the best possible club or the best deal they can get. So and I think what you find as well, there's a lot of clubs that are after the same player, and it probably ends up a domino effect on one. It just takes one to go. I remember being a player myself and being on that list and saying I was third choice, and I was just waiting for the player to go, and then eventually I got to where I needed to go. So yeah, that's what often happens as well.
Just in terms of the game this weekend, I mean, how important is it that St Johnstone get off to a positive start? Because obviously in this stage of the competition last season, the club couldn't get out of the group stage, and I guess that maybe can set the tone for the campaign.
Totally. I think any competition we're in, you want to win, but I think that's massive for Atlas, and I'm not going to lie, it's massive for the club that we get out of this group stage, and I want to go and win the 4 games. I want to be top of the group, and I want to try and be seeded as well. But I think it's most important that we win the 4 games, and every game in its own right will be difficult. And I think when you play against these lower league teams as well, it's the old saying that it's their cup final as well, so they'll run that wee bit harder and they'll work that a little bit harder. So it's important that we've got a good mindset and a good attitude, and we go into games in a positive mindset, and we want to go and win the game, every game, but we take every game individually as well, and we don't look too far ahead of ourselves.
Team news?
Yeah, missing Nicky, Kano, James Brown and Cameron McPherson's a doubt. Dan Phillips is not quite going to make it. He's out running and stuff again, but he's getting closer, so yeah, that's us.
Just in terms of Chris Kane, what's the issue with him? Because I guess when you hear that he's not playing, people probably fear the worst.
He hurt his ankle running in the off season. He rolled his ankle, so he's in a little bit of discomfort with that. So he got a scan. We're just waiting on the results. So he's still in that a little bit of discomfort still. So we've got him a scan, and just to clear up any doubt, and hopefully it comes back clear, and he might just need to kick on and get through it. So we'll find out where the results are in the next day or so. And yeah, I think for us it would be nice to have him back, and I think for himself as well, I think it's huge for him that he tries to get fit as soon as possible.
He must be one of the unluckiest men, in football.
Yeah, totally. Listen, he needs a break, but again, hopefully it's not too serious, and he can get himself back in. And I think, yeah, he's not had a good run of it, should I say? So yeah, fingers crossed he can get himself back and get on that pitch.
Stephen, you said you're close to one. Do we take it as read? It's the Dimitar.
I'll let you speculate on that one, but yeah, we're getting close to one, so I don't know if you want to say too much until it's over the line.
You said you found yourself third choice at one point. How did you know that?
Because my agent told me, and to be honest, club, I think as a club, you have first target, second, third, fourth, fifth, and you realise as well that other teams pay bigger wages than we do, and you've just got to realise there's a pecking order. Simple as that. So I think I was maybe 10th on the list. Actually, no, I actually remember who the player was as well. So it was Robert Earnshaw. So there you go. But I think all clubs do their due diligence, and they've got lists and stuff. So we're no different, and everybody wants their first target, but sometimes you don't get them. So you've got to have a backup plan.
Have you found it harder than you thought to recruit players in this summer?
No, not really. I think I don't want to just rush into things and just take the first choice and take a gamble on somebody, or just sign anybody. I want to wait on that bit of quality. I've got a good nucleus there, so it's important that we try and get the right person, the right player for the club, and the right system we want to play. So I'm not going to just jump into things and take players for the sake of taking them.
Stephen, the Bulgarian goalkeeper is obviously one that you're heavily linked with. I mean, how important is it for you generally to bring in a goalkeeper and strengthen that area?
Yeah, I think it's huge. I think I've always said that I want to bring in a keeper to challenge Ross and push Ross as well. So Ross is a top keeper, and hopefully he'll be a St Johnstone player for a long time. But it's important that you have competition for places, and it's important that we bring a goalkeeper in to do that. And like I said before, I'll not be bringing one in just to say you're number one or you're number two. I'll be hopefully bringing two number ones in, and they can compete to see who deserves to play.
How exciting a time is this for you, heading into your first full season in charge as manager? And how excited are you to get started in competitive action?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I think I don't really enjoy friendlies and uncompetitive games. I like the real deal. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to putting a team on the pitch that represents myself and the cup in a good light. And yeah, and hopefully my team can do that. I think if we can strengthen a couple of areas, then hopefully I can get a team out there that's really competitive and can push on and do well in the League Cup, Scottish Cup, and the league, most importantly.
How much do you feel, you've still got a couple to add in, but I mean, do you feel you have the squad going forward this season that can really compete? Because obviously last season, it was up and down, but fighting relegation basically the whole time.
Yeah, I think that if I can add that bit of quality, I think we can, with the squad that I've got, the nucleus that I've got, I'm sure that we can compete at a good level. I think as well with the young players coming through, hopefully they can progress and get better as well, and hopefully we've got a good squad moving forward.
And you've spoken a little bit about the goalkeeping situation just there, and just on Ross Sinclair, how much have you seen him come on as a player? Obviously starting last season out on loan at Montrose, and now is kind of trying to compete for that role to be St Johnstone's number one. How impressed have you been with how he's come on?
Yeah, I think we've always known that Ross is going to be, or potentially going to be a top goalkeeper. So it was just important. He's had a few injuries as well along the way, so it was good for him to go on loan to Montrose, and you've seen the improvement in him when he came back, and then obviously got his opportunity at the end of last season, and he done very well, and he's came back pre-season looking good. He's looked good in the pre-season games, and he's had 3 full games under his belt, so it's good. And listen, I think when we bring another goalkeeper in, it'll be good for him as well. It'll push him and it'll make him better as well, and that's what you want in your squad. You want competition for places.
And just at a final, obviously you came in during the season last year, but how much of a benefit has it been to you to have that kind of full pre-season, give yourself a bit more time to build your style into the squad, and make sure they know what you want on the pitch?
Yeah, it's good. It's obviously good pre-season, so you can implement what you want to do, and the good thing is the players know from last season what I wanted, so it's continued into this season, and a couple of tweaks here and there, and like I say, add that bit of quality in the squad, then hopefully we'll be competitive the next season.
Okay. Thank you very much, Stuart.
What would you consider success to be this season, Steve?
Just keep winning games. I don't want to just compete, I want to do well, but I'm not one of these guys that are going to say I'm going to finish top 6, bottom 6. So I think first and foremost we need to stay in the league, and then hopefully we can kick on after it.